Thank you, Dean Hansen. Professor Florida, Vice Chancellor Foley, distinguished faculty members, friends and family, welcome to this wonderful event. To you, the NYU-SCPS Associates and Baccalaureate degree candidates of the class of 2013, congratulations, you did it. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. This is always an exciting time of year for all of us as we lead up to graduation. And last year, I began a new tradition. At the end of the spring semester, I read the admissions essays of all the candidates for graduation. In this way, I feel I get to know all of you personally, your stories and your aspirations. The multifaceted and in-depth descriptions of your desire to change the world through practice and through study always inspire me. Here are a few thoughts that you shared as you considered studying at our school. While every life is different and every story has its unique details, I am a firm believer that nothing is impossible. As a single working mother of 5 children under age 10, I am living proof that opportunities are endless. Being able to balance a successful professional and personal life has been an enormous accomplishment. Having the opportunity to attend NYU and graduate with a Bachelor of Science would be a tremendous achievement for me. It will be marked by one of my greatest endeavors and will pave the way for many, including but not limited to myself, my children, and anyone who can identify with the life I lead. From a sports management candidate, Confucius once said, "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work." This is a quote I have always kept in mind as I made plans for my future. I am fascinated by the business side of the sports industry each and every day. When I think of spectators who are in attendance at sporting events, each person may be there for different reasons, but they have all come together because of their common love for the game. I see it as the job of business people in all reaches of the industry to work together to create something special for each person in attendance, including the players. And lastly, I want to learn the meaning of commitment, sacrifice, and balance, and how to deal with the emotional components that come with doing business in an adult world. The study of hospitality will teach me to value a life in service of others. There were many more inspirational thoughts and aspirations, and I wish we had time to share them all with you tonight. Class of 2013, I ask you today to reflect on the reasons that led you to study with us and carry those goals with you into this next phase of your life. Be inspired as you have inspired me. This past academic year has been very rewarding for me as the interim dean. I've gotten to spend much time meeting with our students, having one-on-one conversations. In one such exchange, I asked a student what they liked most about studying at SCPS, and he began with the typical, the classes are very good and the faculty are challenging, but then he paused for a moment. He looked me in the eye and he said, "SCPS is a wonderful school, but what makes it great are the students who study here. They are like a band of quiet rebels." Unfortunately, at that precise moment, the beginning of the night's program began and interrupted our conversation, and unfortunately, I couldn't find him to continue the dialogue because I had many questions. The next day, I was in my yard, and the back door opens, and I hear my daughter say, "Dad, I need your help." At first, I pretended not to hear because, one, I was lying in my hammock, and two, teenage daughters believe they know everything about the world, or at least more than their parents, especially their fathers. She called again, so I dutifully yelled back, "What do you need? And if you already asked your mother, whatever she says goes." A wise man never gets between their teenage daughters and mothers. But she then responded, "No, Dad, I need you. I need to know about the NYU School of Continuing and Professional Studies." Now I was intrigued. My daughter rarely wonders about what I do or the institution I work for. I went in the house, and she told me she had been looking at websites for summer programs, and she had happened upon the SCPS summer high school programs. And she was interested in doing our one-week intensives in global affairs and in digital filmmaking. And she wanted to start her essays for admission. She said, "I need you to tell me about SCPS. I need you to tell me who the students are. What are they like?" Considering my conversation from the night before, I responded quickly. Students who choose to study with SCPS are special. They are the quiet rebels who want to make a difference. Whether they study industry practice or the humanities, SCPS students want engagement with the world around them. And then she asked a question that I had been asking myself since the night before. What do you mean by quiet rebel, and why are you describing your students this way? As I considered the question, and as she waited impatiently, I decided I would just start talking. The quiet rebel, I said, is one who has strong convictions but chooses to effect change, not by causing revolution, but instead promotes new ideas through evolution of understanding. They consider all sides of an argument to negotiate solutions toward a more productive future. Quiet rebel possesses a multifaceted skill set. They actively listen while pursuing change. They speak with conviction, offer sound counsel, and focus on solutions through consensus building. They value the word team. They are knowledgeable. They are practical. They are thoughtful. They also understand the importance of the individual. The quiet rebel leads by example. When they are challenged, a quiet rebel does not react. Instead, they proact. They take time to understand the underlying principles of an issue. They face obstacles with a stalwart conviction, always with an eye towards the future. The quiet rebel is hopeful. They face the world with an imagine what could be attitude. They conform without giving up their individuality, which quietly shows in everything they do. I paused and considered what I had just said, and it became clear to me what the young gentleman meant by alluding to SCPS students as quiet rebels. Who chooses to study at SCPS, I told my daughter? Students who choose to study at SCPS want to become part of a community where they can lead, affect change, become part of a team, be an individual, and make the world a better place by applying the knowledge and skills they acquire. They become part of industry and organizations that impact people in their everyday lives. They are special because they understand that knowledge is strongest when applied out in the world. And that was enough for her. She says, "It's a lot to live up to, but I get it, Dad. I now know the qualities the school is looking for." And then we discussed her essay, and she went on her merry way. As I look at all of you here today, graduating, I agree that you all have set an example for others to live up to. Thank you for being the inspiration and driving force behind the New York University School of Continuing and Professional Studies. You who are motivated and accomplished, you who sacrificed much along the way, you who juggled coursework, sometimes career, family, internships, global field studies, community service, and service to your school. You who had to give up precious time with your friends and families. You who did this on the way to becoming a highly skilled professional, a globally minded citizen, and a socially minded individual. There are approximately 300 students who are graduating today. You have come from across New York, across the country, and around the globe to learn. Each of you has his or her own story. You have studied diverse subjects so that you are prepared for life and for work. You came to NYU-SCPS to persevere and to excel, which is the NYU way. And I have all the confidence that you, the NYU-SCPS Band of Quiet Rebels, will now go out to the world and make it a better place. As you look toward the future, remember to take risks. In the words of Mark Twain, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. And as NYU-SCPS graduates, I have no doubts that you will heed this advice. You have worked hard and have accomplished many great things, and I commend you for all that you have achieved. Along the way, there have been many people who have supported you, and I would be remiss in my duties if I did not acknowledge them. Your family members and your friends who have stood by your side. Can you please stand up there in the back, family and friends, and let's give them all a round of applause. Your distinguished faculty members and administrators who have supported you through your time with us. Please rise, faculty and administration. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and myself, I would like to congratulate you on this grand achievement and thank you for allowing us to walk alongside you during this part of your journey. It has been our great pleasure to teach you, to support you, to challenge you, and to watch you succeed. Although you are graduating, we encourage you to maintain your relationship with NYU-SCPS. We hope that you continue to deepen the connection between us by becoming active and engaged alumni. As your accomplishments grow, we are counting on you to share your own expertise with future generations of our students. Congratulations, NYU-SCPS Class of 2013. Be bold. The world is in your very capable hands.